Dear student, welcome to all of you in my online maths video class. Today we are going to discuss the next part of the probability topic, and that is a note on a pack of 52 cards. Here there are 52 cards. This 52 cards is divided into part. 26 red card and 26 black card. Okay. Again, this 26 red card is divided into part. 13 heart card and 13 spade cards. 13 diamond card. 13 heart card and 13 diamond. 13 heart and 13 diamonds card. Similarly here, 26 black card is divided also in two part, that is 13 spade cards. 13 spade cards, spades card, and 13 club cards. 13 clubs. 13 clubs card. And here each one part is called suit. It means the 52 cards is divided in 4 suits. Okay, and each suit contain 13 card, then 13 into 4, that will be 42 cards. Again here 32 cards is divided in 4 honor card. 4, it is divided in 4 honor card. Honors card. In 4 honor card we have ace, which is as, king, queen and jack. 4 honor card. In this 4 honor card, the 3, that is king, queen and jack, is called face card. Face cards. Okay, honor cards and face cards. Okay, it means total 52 cards are divided into part. 26 red and 26 black. 26 red card is again 2 part. 13 hearts card and 13 diamonds card. 26 black is 13 spades and 13 clubs. Here there are 4 part, and each part is known as suits. There are 4 suits and each part contain 4 honored card, that is as, king, queen and jack. Out of these 4, the 3 one, king, queen and jack, is called face cards. Similarly, there is a separation here in diamonds also, in spades also and in clubs also. Okay, it means the total number of honor cards is equal to how much? In one suit there are 4 honor cards, and how much? There are 4 suits, it means 16 honor cards. The second thing, total number of face cards is what? In one suit there are 3 face cards, king, queen and jack, and how many number of suits? That is 4. It means total number of face card will be 12. Remember it. There are 16 honor card and 12 face card. Similarly, The second part, I told you earlier that there are 13 cards in one suit, 4 honor card, out of which 3 is face card, and after that we have numbered cards. The numbered cards is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. It means total number card is 9. Total 9 number card in a suit. So 9 here and 4 here. 9, 4, 13. Then we can write here the next thing. Total number card is equal to 9. 9 number card in one suit. There are 4 suit. Here 9 into 4, 36. There are 36 number card. So this 36 number card and this 16 honor card. This 36, 16 and 36 will be 52. It means the total number of card will be 52. Out of which 9 for the 36 number card, 3 for the 12 face card, and if we add as honor card, there will be 4 for the 16 honor card. The same division in the case of diamonds also, in the case of spades also, and in the case of clubs also. Okay. Now, how we find the questions and its solution regarding the pack of 52 cards. Okay. The pack of 52 cards is also known as deck. This is also known as deck. A deck means pack of 52 cards. Now let us see which type of question is asked here. Maybe the question may be, find the probability of getting an S. Probability of getting an S. Okay? S. We know that probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcome upon total number of sample space. P is equal to N by Ns. In the case of card, Ns is equal to 52, and according to question, here I want S, number of S. So Ne is what? Our favorable outcome. How much? How much S? So 1 S in heart, 1 in diamond, 1 in spades, and 1 in club. Total number of S will be 4. Probability of occurring this event, means probability of getting S card is equal to Ne by Ns, that is 4 by 52, it will be 1 by 13. Means probability of getting S card is equal to 1 by 30. Then what is the probability of getting not an S card? Probability of getting not an S card. What is that? This is the complementary event, just like PE dash. Probability of getting S card is PE, then probability of not getting S card will be PE dash, that will be 1 minus PE, 1 minus 1 by 13, 12 by 13. Okay, in this way we can find the probability of getting an S and probability of not getting an S. Now the next type of question, you just remember the separation of cards, how they are separated. Let us see the second question, probability of getting a red card. Probability question is what? Find probability of getting red cards. How many red cards? There are 26 red cards. It means here N is equal to favorable outcome will be 26. Total number of sample is this NS, that is 52. Then probability of this getting this event means probability of getting red card is equal to NE means 26 by NS 52, that will be 1 by 2. Then probability of getting black card is what? Is also 1 by 2. Probability of not getting a red card is also 1 by 2. Probability of not getting a black card is also 1 by 2. In this way we can find it. Neither a king nor a queen. Let us find the probability of getting. Question is find probability of neither getting neither a king nor a queen. Neither a king nor a queen. So there are, in one suit there are one king and one queen. According to question, in one suit there will be one queen and one king, one queen and one king in diamonds also, one king and one king in spade also, one king and one queen in club also. So therefore total number of cards will be 2 to 4 to 6 and to 8. Total number of cards of king and queen will be 8. But the question is neither a king nor a queen. So therefore here NE will be 52 minus this 8 card. Get it? Here our favorable outcome is all card except king and queen. King and queen, total number of card is 8. Then favorable outcome will be here 44. Okay, 44. Now probability of this event is what? NE by NS. NE is equal to 44 and NS is equal to 52, and it will be 4 11 ja and 4 1 ja 4 4 3 ja 11 by 13. Means probability of neither a king nor a queen, probability of getting a card which is neither a king nor a queen will be 11 by 13. This is the answer of the question. This type of questions is given in your exercise. You should try to solve this. Okay, let us see the next topic. Now let us discuss about the next topic, that is a note on tossing two different coins simultaneously. Dear student, all of we know that in a coin there is a head and a tail. Now what happens if we have two coins here, coin first and here this is the coin second. This coin also have two face, one head and one tail, and thus the second coin is also have two face, one head and one tail. If we just toss this coin, so how many conditions may be possible? Let us see. Maybe the first, if we toss simultaneously the both coin, so maybe the first coin have head and the second is also head. This is the first condition. What is the second condition? Maybe the first one is head and the second one is tail. What is the third condition? Maybe the first one is tail and the second one is head. And what is the fourth condition? Maybe the first one is also tail and the second one is also tail. It means total number of possibilities is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. It means our sample space will be like this way. Here S, we can write HH, HT, TH and TT. This is the sample space. Then total number of this sample space is how much? 4. Okay. Now, if the question is find the probability of getting a head, then in that condition our favorable outcome may be probability of getting a head, or the question is probability of getting 2 head. First we think about that. Probability of getting 2 head means our favorable outcome is what? This HH. In this case N is what? That will be 1. Then probability of getting head on both the coin is equal to 1 by 4 NE by NS, that is 1 by 4. Similarly, probability of getting a tail means probability of getting 2 tail means what? The favorable outcome will be TT. In that case also NE will be 1, and probability of this event means probability of getting 2 head when 2 coins toss simultaneously, that will be 1 by 4. Next, what is the probability of getting 1 head? Probability of getting 1 head, only 1 head. Only 1 head. So what is the condition? Only 1 head here and here. In this case, our favorable outcome will be changed. That will be HT and TH. Okay? And in this case, NE will be 2, and here probability of getting 1 head will be 2 by 4, that is 1 by 2. Similarly, if the question is find the probability of getting 1 tail, in that condition also our favorable outcome will be the same. Number of favorable outcome will be same, and probability of this event is also 1 by 2. Means in both cases probability of getting 1 head or probability of getting 1 head, in both cases it will be 1 by 2. Getting? Now let us see the next condition. Probability of getting at most 1 head. At most 1 head. The condition is what? At most 1 head. One more condition. At least 1 head. At least 1 head. Okay? So let this event is E1 and this event is E2. Then E1 is what? At most 1 head. Means number of heads should be maximum 1. No criteria for the minimum. No condition for the minimum. It means our favorable outcome will be at most, here we should concentrate here, at most 1 head. It may be HT also, it may be TH also, but HS possible? No, because here at most 1 head, but here 2 head, we cannot take it. TT, at most 1 head, the condition is given at most 1 head, but there is no condition of no head. We can take TT also. So here, according to this situation, the favorable outcome may be HT, TH and TT. So here, probability number of this event favorable outcome is what? 3 here. Then probability of getting at most 1 head, that is E1, is equal to any 1 by NS, that is 3 by 4. Getting? So this is the probability of getting at most 1 head. Now let us consider about at least one head. At least. There is no condition for at most, but we have a condition at least one. So here at least one head we have. At least one head we have here also, but no head here. Therefore, we put here HH. We can put this because at least one head. At most it may be two also, no problem. In this case also, here NE2 will be 3, and the probability of this event means probability of getting at most one head is equal to also 3/4. This type of question is given in your exercise. You should try to solve. Let us see the next one, that is a note on throwing two different dice simultaneously. The next one, a note on throwing two different dice simultaneously. Simultaneously. It means what? Here we have two dice. Here 1, 2, 3, like that. The symbols are given. Two dice we have. Like this way. We have two dice. So when we just throw the two dice, then maybe here the first dice may have 1, the second dice may have 2, the first dice may have 1, here maybe 1 also, here maybe 2, here 1, maybe 3, here 1, maybe 4, here 1, maybe 5, and here 1, maybe 6. Similarly, this will be if we have 1 here and 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So in this situation, the total sample space will be like this way. This is for first dice, and this is line for the second dice. In first dice, we here mention that, try to understand, means the surface of the dice on which one dot is there, and here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, this is the for second one, this side. So maybe here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again here this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to understand. Maybe when we throw the dice, it may be 1, 1 also. It may be, maybe the first dice have 1 and the second dice has 2. 1, 2 also. 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and here 1, 6. It means what? When we throw the dice, maybe on the surface of the first dice is 1 and on the second dice is 1. On the surface of the first dice is 1 and on the surface of the second dice is 2. On the surface of the first dice is 3 and on the surface of the second dice is 3. 1 and 3 like that. In this way, we can prepare here also 2 and 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, and here 3, 1 like that. And here we have 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. It means in this situation, the total number of sample space will be 1 here, 1 2 here, like that, and similarly here 1 2 2 in this case, and finally we have here 6 1 up to 6 6. Means total number of sample space will be 36. This condition. Total number of sample space will be 36. Now, according to situation of the question, the answer will be different. Here, a term we use that is called doublet. Doublet means what? Means when we throw the two dice simultaneously, the first die top surface is 1, second is also 1. The first surface top one is 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5, 6 6. This is called doublet. This is called doublet. Really doublets. Okay. If the question is find the probability of getting doublets when we just throwing two dice simultaneously, it means here it should be our favorable outcome. Here favorable outcome will be this. It means I think you understand this. The total number of sample space, number of element in the sample space will be 36, and the probability of getting doublets, so here E will be what? That will be 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5, 6 6. Okay. Then NE is what? That is 6. Then probability of getting doublet, 6 by NE by NS 36, that will be 1 by 6. This type of question may be also solved. Let us solve some more question, that is two different dice are rolled together. Find the probability of getting a same number on both dice. A same number on both dice means doublets. The same situation. Whatever we just discussed. This will be. Again, probability of getting an even number on both dice. Probability of getting an even number on both dice. How we will do this? Let us see. Probability of getting an even number on both dice. Both dice. We know that here S is equal to what? 1 1, 1 2. Similarly here 6 6. Then NS is how much? 36. Now favorable outcome is what? An even number on both dice. What? 1 2 4 6. And even number is what? 2 2. It may be 2 4 and it may be 2 6. Again it may be 4 2. It may be 4 4. Okay, and it may be 4 6. Now again it may be 6 2, 6 4 and 6 6. In this way, the total number of favorable outcome will be 3 3 6 and 3 9. Then probability of getting this event means probability of getting an even number on both dice is equal to probability of this event is equal to NE by NS. Here favorable outcome is 9 by 36, 1 by 4. Like this way we can do this. The next question, probability of getting a prime number on each dice. Similarly, we can make a favorable outcome and again the number of favorable outcome, and we can get the probability of getting a prime number on each dice. So like this way also we can solve the question whatever given in our exercise. Okay. This is the total theoretical portion related to this. Now one thing left about this, that is I want to discuss about the question based on leap year and a non-leap year. Leap year and non-leap year. Look here. Leap year means what? Leap year. Leap year and non-leap year. Leap year and non-leap year. In a leap year, number of days is equal to how much? 366. And in a non-leap year, number of days is equal to 365. Okay? Leap year, number of days is equal to 366. And in a non-leap year, the number of days is 365. We know that 366. Let us first discuss about non-leap year. After that, we will discuss about the leap year. In a non-leap year, the total number of days is 365. Let us divide it. Here 364 plus 1. And 364 is 52 week. 52 week. Okay? That will be 52 weeks. 365 we can just divide in two parts. 364 days and 1 day is 1 day. 364 have 52 weeks. 52 weeks and plus 1 day. But this 1 day, in this 52 weeks, there will be 52 Sunday, 52 Monday, 52 Tuesday, and like that 52 Saturday. But the 365th day, it will be Sunday, it will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It is not clear. Therefore, we have to find the probability of this 1. So here, it may be Sunday also. It may be Monday. Similarly, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It means in this condition, total number of sample space will be here Sunday to Saturday. Therefore, NS is what? 7. Okay, this much clear? Here non-leap year, the total number of days is 365. Now I divide this 364. No problem here. Our problem is here. The question should be from here. What is the probability of getting Monday? What is the probability of getting here 52? There will be 52 Monday. The question is, what is the probability of getting 53 Monday? 53 Monday. There will be 52 Monday, no problem. And the question will be different like this. What is the probability of getting 53 Monday or the last day of this non-leap year, or any particular, maybe any particular name of the year is given, just like 2019 may be given, 2021 may be given, like that. We know that a general difference between leap year and non-leap year is given, that the year, the sun, which will be divided by 4, that will be leap year, and which is not divided by 4, that will be non-leap year. This is 2020, this is leap year. So here, okay, so what is the probability of getting a Monday? Means first day may be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, anyone. Equally likely, means same chance. Sample space will be this 7. And what I want, what is our favorable outcome? Our favorable outcome is Monday. Okay. Then number of this favorable outcome is what? 1. Then probability of getting this event means probability that there is a 53 Monday in that particular year is what? N by ns means 1 by 7. Okay, correct. If the question is probability of getting 53 Sunday, the answer will be same. Here only Sunday. Probability of getting 53 Friday, the condition will be same. Only here Friday will be there. The probability of getting 53 Saturday, only favorable outcome will be Saturday, and another condition will be same. This type of question may be here. Okay. Now, in the case of leap year, what happened? In the case of leap year, now we will discuss leap year. In a leap year, there are 366 days. Now it can be divided in two parts, 364, okay, and here plus 2, 364 days plus 2 days. 364 again we have 52 weeks. Okay, 52 weeks will be there, and 2 days. The probability of, maybe the question is, in leap year, find the probability of getting Sunday. Find the probability of getting Sunday. Again, the sample space will be here Sunday up to Saturday. Means total number of sample space is what? 7. But these 2 days may be, the first condition may be Sunday and Monday, maybe 365th day is Sunday and 366th day is Monday. Okay. Second condition, maybe Monday and Tuesday. Third condition, maybe Tuesday and Wednesday. The fourth condition, maybe Wednesday and Thursday. The fifth condition, maybe Thursday and Friday. The sixth condition, maybe Friday and Saturday. The sixth condition, and here seventh condition, maybe Saturday and Sunday. Now again, if we do, it will be repeated. Maybe Sunday and Monday here and this way. Okay. Total number of sample space will be here. And the question is probability of getting 53 Monday. So now we will count where Monday is given. So Monday at this place and again Monday at this place. Means there are 2 places. So here our favorable outcome may be what? It may be Sunday Monday, or it may be Monday Tuesday. In both situations we have Monday. Okay. It means number of this favorable outcome is what? 2. Then probability of getting Monday in this leap year, that will be 2 by 7. Okay. So this is the concept of leap year and non-leap year. Okay. One more question is asked, maybe asked, that is related to the month. What is the probability of getting 5 Monday in the month of January? Similarly, this type of question may be given. So we will solve like this way. Some example question is given related to this topic, and in exercise questions also. This is total theoretical portion, whatever asked in exercise 22 related to the topic probability. It's your duty now to solve all the exercise questions and example question also to make a good concept about this topic. And it is also very important regarding to examination point of view also. If you have any doubt related to this topic, you should ask through WhatsApp group. Thank you.